Okay, so this is going to be confusing to me as it probably is to a lot of other people, but PSVR 2 is not backwards compatible with PSVR games. Now, PSVR games run on a PS4 Pro, do they not? And PS4 games are backwards compatible with the PS5, are they not? And PSVR 2 is an add-on for PS5, correct? So why would it be that PS4 games are backwards compatible and PSVR games are essentially PS4 games with an extra step? Why would those not be backwards compatible? Now, one of the reasons that they give is that the PSVR 2 is a whole upgrade from the PSVR with many new features and facets and such. Isn't that the same thing that happened from the PS4? All variants to the PS5? That reasoning doesn't work. Unless you're trying to say that the way development works for the PSVR 2 should be done the way that PS5 games should be developed, which they aren't if we go by how many times there's glitches and issues with games that would be simple fixes if the games were developed around how the console ran the games. But different game engines work against that. That's still a whole separate point though. How can you say that PSVR 2 is the next generational leap, but PS5 can play PS4 games, and that was the next generational leap? That's the reasoning doesn't work. And you keep this up, you're going to kill the idea of anybody purchasing the PSVR 2 that already got the PSVR. Because people don't want to abandon their libraries anymore. They want to bring them with them. Especially if those games are going to be on a hard drive that's going to be connected to the PS5 anyway. Because they're transferring all of your stuff from your PS4 over. It sounds stupid. It sounds ridiculous. And it sounds like we're just trying to find a way to make you spend more money on this stuff. And we're likely going to have, if it happens, we're going to have the teams just port it over and make you buy it again. We're not going to transfer your library. So you either have to, one, not get a PSVR 2 and just stick with your PSVR. Or two, keep both of them, which honestly probably isn't economically worth it to a lot of people. And if I'm correct on this, those games are all digital. So you're literally losing a digital library, transferring over to the next machine. Just consider that. You're losing a full digital library, transferring over to the next machine, which should, in theory, be completely capable of running all of those games, because you would have to just put the PSVR 2 in a PSVR mode like the PS5 does when it switches to PS4. So Sony does not want to implement that, because that would be the only reason that that's not going to happen. They don't want to implement it. And there is literally no technical reason they wouldn't be able to. Because let's be real, you can play PS4 games on the PS5 with the PS5 controller. I doubt that the changes to the PSVR controller are going to be so drastic that you could not play PSVR games off of it. And I'm not even in the VR scene, and I'm pretty sure of that. Especially if those games work with the PS5 controller. But yeah, I just wanted to talk about that real quick.